compliments, Captain Hunt.
Well, Captain Block, thank you for coming in. Hang. Captain Block, when you next send an express rider, would you have him take this to Colonel Armstrong? He can use that to inform the general as to our new recruits. I understand you have a gentleman outside that we will have to look into, one of your ensigns or a sergeant. We just got a shipment of blankets from Salisbury from the Committee of Safety. We got powder and lead from Chitsworth Mine, and what we want to do is make sure the men can shoot. We'll put anyone that can shoot a gun and hit an Indian out with the Rangers and your people. Anyone else, if he can't shoot, please have your ensign or your sergeant bring him in and sign the correct roster. We will muster him into either Captain John Davidson's. He will be 1,500 pack horses, 3 horses to a man. He needs a number of volunteers for that. Or we have Beeves. He can run the cattle. Out there we will have about 200 in the herd of cattle. If you would be so gracious now, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I have another gentleman behind you, and thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Have your family accompanied you? Is everyone here? Do you anticipate any other needs? Because Miss Roz Behre, her husband is our master carpenter, Christopher. She and the other ladies can take care of your family and anything else you need, like food. We have cows for milk. You have no children. And you left no one at the cabin, as I believe you told me earlier. Well, let me give you a small indication of what we've done here. As you can see, we have a considerable blockhouse and the palisades, and we are doing more work now. Several months ago, Colonel McDowell, about 20 of the Rangers under Captain Reuben White, and 120 women and children were holed up in this fort. We got word to Griffith Rutherford, and he sent express riders to Salisbury telling them. But in the meantime, the Indians decided they didn't want to siege the fort. The settlers and Colonel McDowell were able to escape and head to Cassie's Fort, about 4 miles distance to the east. At that point, they notified the general that they were safe, but that 47 other men had been killed. Other families were being slaughtered. The Indians had obviously come across the 1763 boundary and the boundary that was later cut at the Hard Labor Treaty in 1768. Now, the headmen for the tribes have said that they wanted to live in friendship. They signed the treaties, and in some cases, the headmen, Conestoga, Little Carpenter, Raven, Old Tassel, they filled out treaties, they signed, they got medals, and they gave us the right to live on their land. In turn, we gave them blankets, trading goods, muskets, some powder, some balls, so that they wouldn't have to hunt with bow and arrow, and we thought they were our friends. But Captain John Stewart and his cohort, Alexander Cameron, are the king's men for the Indians, and they're telling the savages that if they come over and kill a white man, they can have all their land back. Well, sir, as you well know, we bartered for that land. It's been signed for, it's been treated. We've built our cabins, we've planted our crops, we've raised our families, and we're here to stay. And in that regard, sir, I know that's why you've come. I appreciate your being here, and any other men that you may be able to bring with you. Ms. Roz, would you want to go out and see to his wife now?
Certainly.
As Captain McDowell, or Colonel McDowell was heading to Kathy's fort, Captain Reuben White was in command of the Rangers. They were ambushed by Indians because Colonel McDowell had desired to know where the savages were, that they had escaped in this fort. Reuben White and several privates were killed. His lieutenant was wounded at the battle in the North Fork of the Catawba. 14 Indians were killed, but they were probably dragging canoe, or some of the other head men that don't believe that their superiors had the opportunity to barter off the lands. They want the hunting grounds back, and they were stirred up by the British. We do not believe the British can come up this way because their only access is from Pensacola or St. Augustine, and they would have to pass the Creek Nation. And fortunately for us, the British have kept the Creek and the Cherokee in a warlike state. And so any supplies they try to get to the Cherokees do not get past the creeks. So we are safe, we think, for the short term. But Captain Reuben White being killed, there was another group of 40 Rangers, only one man escaped. We are sending out men in mass troops. We're no longer going out in small companies because the Indians number sometimes 1 to 200. To that end, 2,400 militia, as you may have noticed as you've come into the fort, are encamped on the outside. General Rutherford has sent 300 men to Colonel Christensen in Virginia. He's the son-in-law of Governor Patrick Henry. We're indeed fortunate that Colonel Williamson, at the behest of Governor Rutledge in South Carolina, will be attacking the south towns and will be joining us as General Rutherford and his 2,400 militia attack the middle towns. Our intention is to burn the villages, destroy the crops, move the savages further away from us, in the hopes that since we've destroyed them, their livelihood, their ability to attack us, and the British cannot supply them, they will hopefully not raid so often on the border. We will continue to stay here. If you feel confident that you can go back to your family and your cabin, then that's all right. We have no difficulty. But many of the people have decided to remain here in the safety of the fort, because we will be garrisoned, as I say, by about 400 men. Now, any other men that you can bring, and you've told me that you're not the best shot, so I have a muster roll here. You can either be with Captain John Davidson, or he is one of the brothers of Samuel and William and George, who own all of this property in here through a patent and a deed of land from the royal governor. You can determine whether you want to be with the beef cattle or you want to take care of the pack horses. You will be given small amounts of powder and lead balls, cast your bullets for whatever musket you have. You will talk to possibly Captain Black, and he will see if you need any other equipment. I notice that you're wearing moccasins. We want to make sure you have enough leather because we expect to be gone a month or so, and we will chase the Indians all the way to the Blue Ridge Mountain. So, sir, with your kind permission, I will give you an opportunity to sign or make your mark and join us in this grand adventure.